Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. And another month has come and gone, and it is now time for our mock draft 3.0, the third one of the year. Of course, we started January 1st, did one February 1st, and now we've got one coming at you March 1st. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe button. It really helps us out in the YouTube algorithm, and if you make it till the end of the video, that helps us out a lot as well. Leaving a comment, all those things really helps out. Let's go ahead and get started here. With the first overall pick, the Orlando Magic taking Jabari Smith Jr. Smith just dominated Tennessee yesterday, a team that's statistically one of the best defensive teams in the country. He's averaging about 16 points per game, 7 rebounds, and a block. Yesterday against Tennessee, put up about 28 on very efficient shooting. Great prospect. He plays both sides of the ball very well. Shoots at 44% from the field and 41% from three for a 6'10" dude. That's kind of unheard of. You just saw him get a block and then take it the length of the court. He's really good. Top prospect for me. Chet Holmgren going number 2 to the Detroit Pistons. Now the Bulldogs just lost last night to St. Mary's. Holmgren didn't look great, only 6 points, but on the year he's averaging about 14 points per game, 8.7 rebounds, and 3.3 blocks per night. Now that's crazy. A lot of people say that, he doesn't play any competition, which I mean technically yeah, but at the beginning of the year they played some really good comp. 64% from the field this year, 46% from three for a 7-footer. That's really good. Really good. That's all I got to say about that. Chet Holmgren, man, is a beast. Now, the number 3 overall pick, we have Paolo Banchero, and he's going to the Houston Rockets. Duke, the only top 10 team that didn't lose this week, well, other than Baylor. But 17 points per game, basically 18 for the freshman sensation, 8.3 rebounds, and a block a night for the 6'10", maybe 6'9" now that he cut the hair. Paolo Banchero, he's been Duke's best player, and they're a top 10 team in the country. 50% from the field, 33% from three, so the three-point shooting, I mean, you'd like to see it come up a little bit, but even if it doesn't, that's fine. I mean, 18 points a game on 50% from the field is really strong. Now, with the number 4 overall pick, we have the Thunder going Johnny Davis. Now, hear me out. The Thunder, they have so many draft picks, they can just take the best player available, and I'm really high on Johnny Davis. I feel like he has arguably the most superstar potential in the draft class, averaging 22 points per game. He's been carrying Wisconsin so far this year, and they're a pretty good team. But he's averaging a 22 bomb on 44% from the field, 36% from three. Those are really good numbers. And I mean, he's only a sophomore, so it's still really young. I feel like he's got superstar written all over him. Already got an NBA-ready game at the collegiate level. Now, at number 5, we have AJ Griffin, a guy that has shot up the ranking boards, going to the Indiana Pacers. I mean, this is a guy that preseason wasn't even really a first-round pick, but man, he can play defense and he can shoot the crap out of the ball from three-point range. And I mean, that'll do it. That'll get you catapulted up the rankings. About 10 points, 4 rebounds, in only 22 minutes of action for AJ Griffin this year. 50% from the field, and as I mentioned, 48% from three. That's phenomenal. AJ Griffin here to the Pacers, who need a good 3-and-D wing. Who doesn't? The Pacers getting them other than the Hawks, I guess. Now, at number 6, we have the Sacramento Kings going Benedict Mathurin. Now, getting another guard, that could be questionable, but, I mean, I kind of like the Kings roster right now. After the Sabonis trade, they don't have a logjam at guard, so you can afford to take a guard. 17 points per game, 6 boards, and a steal for Mathurin this year. Good defender, really good scorer. Shoots at 46% from the field, 37% from three. I think he's going to be a really good NBA player on both sides of the ball, and that's what the Kings are going to be looking for. Still, not a very good defense up in Sacramento. Now on to Portland, who has positioned themselves rather nicely after the C.J. McCollum trade as a rebuilding team, landing the number 7 and number 9 picks in this mock draft. They're going to be taking one of the biggest risers lately, Bam Adebayo-esque, Jalen Duren. 12 points per game, 7.3 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks for the dominant big man out of Memphis. And he's doing that on such little usage. 64% from the field, only 7 field goal attempts per game, and he's averaging 12 points a game. It's crazy. Get the man the ball more. He's been a huge part of Memphis' run lately. Now, number 8. This or Benedict Mathurin, this just feels like a Spurs pick. Keegan Murray here. The Spurs here at 8, they could definitely use some forward depth, and Keegan Murray is averaging 22.4 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, and 2.1 blocks a night. He's a guy that really does it all. Similar to Johnny Davis, he's only a sophomore. So this man comes in more pro-ready than if he would have left last year, and he's still the same age. Or 1 year older, but still, 57% from the field, 35% from 3, can do it all. Big fan of Keegan Murray. Now, at number 9, we have once again the Portland Trailblazers, taking Jaden Hardy. Now, this one's more of a shot in the dark than Jalen Duren, because Jaden Hardy, he's a bit of a wild card, of course, coming from the G League Ignite, but he's playing professional basketball players and averaging 18 points per game as a teenager. 4.6 rebounds, 3.2 assists, so this is a very high upside pick. Now, as a lottery pick, you definitely want to see this guy turn into a really solid pro. 35% from the field, 27% from 3. That really scares me, so that's why he's not higher. But Jaden Hardy, high upside pick there for the Portland Trailblazers at 9. Jaden Ivey now. He does fall to 10 for me in this mock draft to the New York Knicks. Now, hear me out. I didn't really see a team past or between 6 and 9 that needed a point guard. You know, Portland has Anthony Simons, don't know why I couldn't think of his name. As you see, Jaden Ivey's stats, they're 16.6 points per game on 49% shooting from the field, 44% from 3. But back to my previous point, there wasn't really a team that needed a point guard. You know, the Spurs have DeJounte Murray, and there wasn't really a need for Jaden Ivey anywhere. That's why he falls to 10, and the Knicks picking up Jaden Ivey at 10, I think that's a steal for the Knicks. A win-win situation there. Kendall Brown now, going with the 11th overall pick to the Memphis Grizzlies, and I really like this pick because the Grizzlies are a team that are contending. Kendall Brown's a guy that's averaging 10.1 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, and plays really good defense, 1 steal per game, and he can come into a Grizzlies team that he doesn't even really need to score the ball. His strength, I feel like, is on defense. He doesn't really need to score the ball. He does shoot at 65% from the field, 33% from 3, but he doesn't take many threes. So he can just come in, be a defensive guy, develop that offensive game, and I think eventually that'll turn into a really good pick there for the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, at 12, Ty Washington, a guy that has really been growing on me lately. Why is he at 12, you ask? Well, there's not really many point guard needy teams. 13.1 points per game, 4.4 assists, and 4 rebounds this year for Ty Washington. He has battled some injuries at Kentucky, but I think him going to Washington, 49% from the field, 37% from 3 for Washington on the season. See, Washington going to Washington, I think that's a good fit. He fits in nicely there. They have a need for point guard, so he can go and develop there alongside Bradley Beal. Now, 13, the Atlanta Hawks. Patrick Baldwin Jr. still on the board. Now, if you're the Hawks, I don't really know. I don't know what you need. I mean, you've got the deepest roster in the league, yet you can't win basketball games. Hawks fans, y'all comment down below. I just went Patrick Baldwin Jr., 13.5 points per game, 6.6 rebounds. As a 6'9" small forward that can really shoot the ball. 37% from the field, 31% from 3. But he's been the focal point for defenses going against him ever since he stepped on campus at Milwaukee. Probably a bad decision in the end, but had to save his dad's job. Now, finally at the end of the lottery, we come to my Charlotte Hornets, and I have them taking Ochai Agbaji out of Kansas. Now, you might be wondering, what in the world would the Hornets be doing here? Well, I feel like they could definitely use some more shooting. Agbaji's not even that bad of a defender either. But yeah, getting Ochai coming into the Charlotte Hornets. The man is an older prospect, averages 20 a game on 50% shooting, 44% from 3. Hornets are going to be in win now mode by next year. I think you bring him in and let him develop next to the rest of the young core. I think it's going to turn into a great pick. He can also play a little bit of defense. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you disagree with the pick I made for your team, let me know about it. Let me know who you would take instead and why. But yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to like button and the subscribe button. And yeah, thank you for watching today's video.